Batter up.
Rock and Chris, they're on the air. Yankees, Mets, they're everywhere. From the Bronx to Queens, the diamond gleams. MLB talk, the ultimate team. MLB is the place to be. Rock and Chris with the pitch you'll see. Swinging stats and stories fly. Baseball talk that's amplified.
And welcome to a new episode of NYMLB Talk with your host, Chris. No Rob tonight. Little off night for him. It's been a rough week with Alonso, Diaz, and Nimmo leaving the Mets. So he needed a night off from talking Mets. So I figured, you know what? I needed a guest to help me out to get through this Friday night show. Who better than Madison to join us, right? So Madison, welcome back. Glad to have you back.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, it's been a rough week for Met fans. We both feel bad, kind of, but because we remember how much they were rubbing it in our face last year with Soto, right? So, but I still do. I do feel bad for Rob and a couple of my friends and my cousins, that are Met fans. I do. But anyway, I wanted to ask your opinion. Like, how'd you feel about Alonso going to the Orioles and you got Diaz going to the Dodgers? What was your feeling? Did you expect them to leave the Mets, or were you expecting one of them or both to be signed by the Mets?
I didn't think Pete was going to come back to the Mets, but I was just because of the length of time that he wanted, but I was shocked to know that they weren't really offering him like anything.
Right.
That's like your franchise player and you're just going to let him walk. I was shocked about that.
Yes.
I was a little shocked
too.
about Diaz too. I mean, I think that's putting a lot of trust in Devin Williams to take on that closer role, because I think a lot of people thought Devin would be set up and, Diaz they would re-sign Diaz and he would continue to be the closer. But I definitely was shocked about that. I think given the season that Devin had, yes, he turned it around towards the end. Shouldn't have taken that long, but he did turn it around. I just think that's a lot of trust to put into him.
Yeah, I agree. Especially in New York. That's the big thing. Yeah, I was surprised. I was talking to Rob too. I thought once they signed Williams, I kind of leaned that, okay, they're probably going to bring back Alonso because they need Alonso's bat, right? Like we've talked about it many times on the show. Like they need a protector for Soto. If they don't get a big bat behind Soto, they're going to walk Soto. Like he's going to have like 200 walks this year because why pitch to him, right? If the next guy up is whoever they're going to get to bat behind him, it's not Alonso now, right? So he's going to walk a lot this year unless they work something out. I'm sure Stearns is working on something big. He's got a really good farm system that he could trade from, and he's got pieces to move. So I'm expecting something big, but I was surprised. I mean, Alonso is, like he just broke the home run record for the team. It was a big thing and everything. And he's one of their most popular players, and they just let him walk for, I know it's a lot of money, but I don't know. It didn't make sense to me, but oh well, as we say, right?
I know.
Yeah, no, it is what it is. But from our side, yeah, it makes the Orioles a lot better having Alonso in that lineup. And the Orioles, I know, are working on more moves. They want to get pitching now. They're going to be, listen, all their guys had bad years last year too, right? Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman had a bad year. Holidays, just his first full season. I think he's about as old as you are. So, so he's a young guy. He's still got plenty more to develop. So he'll be fine. I think he's going to bounce back too. But yeah, I mean, that our whole division is really tough. They've all improved. And what have the Yankees done so far?
Nothing. Trent Grisham.
Right. Hey, we got Trent Grisham back, which nobody wanted. So
I was shocked. I was so mad. I think he's a great player. Like, I mean, defensively, he's great. But $22 million, I was on the way home from school when I got the notification because it was the deadline, 4 or
Right.
5 p.m., whatever. It was like 4:55, and I had to pull over because I'm like,
What?
there's no way. There is no way. And I kept telling everyone, like, there's no way he's gonna accept it. Like, he can
Me
get
too. I
more
was the
money
same.
somewhere else.
Yep.
And then I see like the post from earlier that day, it was John Heyman. I mean, you got to take it with a grain of salt, but it was like Trent Grisham is not expected to get to accept the qualifying offer. And I'm like, okay,
Right.
good. This is $22 million that we can use elsewhere. We'll get the draft pick. And then like 5 minutes before, it's like John Heyman is
He's
tweeting.
accepting it. Right. Right.
I'm like, what?
Oh, I know. Listen, if he can match what he did last year, I'll take it. Right, 30
Right.
plus home runs. I'll take it.
I'd
And
rather that than Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones both in the outfield.
oh, I know Dominguez. I don't know.
He's gonna
He's
get traded for
yeah.
sure.
I've said it before, Madison. I've been saying it. I do not expect both of those guys to be on the opening day roster.
No way.
One is at best. I mean, they both might get traded the way we're looking now. But
I think they will. I really, really think they will. If we sign Cody, I think that's your outfield.
yeah, yeah, I think you're right. Or the only thing I could see is maybe Spencer Jones coming back because he's a better glove, so he could be the fourth outfielder. You could put him in center, you could put him in left, right, whatever. Dominguez is just not good
No.
in the outfield, and I don't know how he's. I think he's not been hitting well down in the what is it, Dominican Republic League or whatever.
Yeah.
He's
I
not
haven't
doing
been
well down
paying
there.
much attention to that, but I know that, yes, I did hear that.
That's not a good sign. He should be ripping
No.
that league apart, like
Exactly.
what's going on? So I don't know. It's too quiet for what's going on, from the Mets side too, because they haven't done anything. The Yankees haven't really
Right.
done anything. So, I mean, yeah, we mentioned Bellinger, they're supposedly they want to get at least 7 years, Bellinger, and
Yeah.
maybe the Yankees are offering 4 or 5 years, which I kind of like. I'm good.
Right.
If he gets signed for 7, 8 years or whatever, yeah, I'd rather him go somewhere else for that. What's your thoughts there?
I think if you're going to sign him for the 7 years that he wants, I think there has to be an opt-out after year 4. There has to be some kind of option in there
Yeah,
because he is older.
right.
I mean, he's not old, but he's older. He's older than Kyle Tucker. The Yankees aren't going to spend on
I
Kyle
think he's a
Tucker.
year and a half older. He's not that older.
Right. But
He's
I
not
think
old, but he's I know what you mean though.
no.
He's like, I think he's 30, right? I think he's 30.
Oh, why did I think he was 31? You might be right. I'm not sure. I'm not positive. But
I'll tell you in a
I
second.
think if you're going to offer Cody a 7, 8 year deal, whatever, you have to have some kind of, I think it has to be a club option
Right.
because I feel like he would opt back in.
Right.
It has
Yeah.
to be a club option where the Yankees say, all right, we'll take you on for another year or you're done. You're
Yeah.
walking.
I think Kyle Tucker is 28. He
That I
doesn't turn
know.
29 till, is it March or April? And then Bellinger is 30. He doesn't turn 31 till I think September or August. So
Yeah,
they're
that
about a
sounds
year
right.
and a half. They're about a year and a half off ish, They're less than 2 years, which
Mhm.
but yeah, you are getting, so now you're signing Bellinger for 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. That's 5 years up to 34. That would be my 5 years with that 6th year is like an option, player
Mhm.
option, team, mutual, whatever
Yeah.
they kind of figure out, right? So yeah, Cody turns 30 in July, 31
Okay.
in July.
Okay.
So that's that. But yeah, I think he's the big piece because if he doesn't come back, like what are they going to do with the outfield? There's no way. We were talking earlier before we just got on there's no way Dominguez and Spencer Jones is going to be on the opening day roster. So I think we could forget about that. So where do you think they go? Like, let's say if Bellinger signs with whoever, the Dodgers, the Mets, the Blue Jays, where are we going? Because I don't know.
I'm like trying to think of like the free agent outfielders. I really do think if we are going to sign anyone, it's going to be Cody. But I think
Right.
any other move we make is going to be a trade of some sort. I just think we have a ton of pieces that could be used to get, something in return.
Right.
I think, it's not going to happen, but say Scuba, we have all of the pitching prospects that we could send over to Detroit. You could send Jones, you could send Dominguez. I just think they're going to have to be really creative in what prospects they're giving up and what players they're giving up, because obviously these teams want MLB ready players.
Right.
They don't want to wait 3 years for them to keep developing. They
Right.
want people who can play now, who can produce now. And so I think that they have to be really creative about that. I don't know if Brian Cashman knows what he would do if Cody signed somewhere else. I don't know who it was, but someone said the Yankees, they're willing to spend on Cody Bellinger,
Yes, I seen that
not
too.
necessarily anyone else, to
Right.
the extent that they would with Cody. So I really think that they're going to try. I think Cody wants to stay a Yankee. If I had to guess, I also said Soto wanted to be a Yankee. I think there is some truth to that still, but I think Cody wants to be here. I think as long as the Yankees as long as they'll give him the money,
Yeah.
he'll take it.
I think so. Yeah. I think if the money, listen, I was wrong with Soto too. I said if the money's close, I think he would go with the Yankees. But I think with the Mets, he got all that bonus stuff. He got all that extra stuff to sign
His
with the
mom
Mets.
got some clothing stipend
Yeah.
every
I
month.
think he couldn't say no to all that stuff, which, hey, I'm totally fine with. Whatever. He did what he had to do. But for me, I think the Yankees and I think Cashman, they have to look at, listen, we got Judge 6 more years, right?
Mhm.
And he's going to be 34 next season.
Right.
Like, how many more years out of those 6 years is he going to be Aaron freaking Judge, right? How many
You
more
don't
years is
know.
he going to be right? I mean, at 34, listen, 34, most players start to kind of tail off a little bit, right? He hasn't done that yet. It's just a matter of
Right.
time. I'm praying to God it's not, but it's just a matter of time. So we got to, I think Cashman should be like, you know what? Let's just bring Bellinger in. Let's get him in here. And let's, you know what? Go for it. Sign, say, go for Bregman and put him at third base, right? And then figure out what you're going to do with McMahon. If you could trade him, because I like McMahon a lot. His glove is great. His bat's not, obviously not much, but the glove is great. But I'm sure they could get, something in return in a trade for him. And then you could sign, Bregman for like a 3-4 year deal. Then there you go. Now we're talking, right? Now we're serious. Maybe sign that kid, Austin Hayes. He was on the Reds, I think, last year to be a 4th outfielder. He's right-handed. He kind of balance stuff out. Go for it a little bit. Spend a few bucks because you don't got judged for much more as this guy. And also Cole. Cole's only got 3 more years left, and he's going to be 35 next year. And who knows what he's going to be like. Like, we're expecting him to come back as Garrett Cole, right? But we
exactly.
don't know. We have no idea.
Well, look at Luis Heel, rookie of the year. He comes back and you're like, this is not the same guy.
No.
And I think my mentality right now, especially with, you don't know what's going to happen in 2027 with this lockout. I don't think it's going to be a full lockout. I think it's going to be a shortened season. But again, you don't necessarily want to win a championship because it's going to be known, oh, you won on the shortened season. Like, you didn't have to work as hard for it. I don't want that to be associated with the title. So, if I was a general manager, which I've been called a Twitter GM, and I don't know if that's an insult or if that's a good thing.
There's a lot of them out there. Don't worry about it. That's not an insult.
I'm like, oh,
we're all Twitter GMs.
Yeah, I'd be more inclined to just spend the money now, and people will say, "Oh, you don't want to trade for this person. They're a rental. They're not gonna sign an extension." I don't care beyond 2026 right now.
Right.
And I won't care about 2027 until it's confirmed that we're having a season or that we're not having a season.
That's another reason
why. You need to spend the money now. You will generate that revenue. If you're going to go out there and get all these good players, like Hal was crying that he didn't generate enough revenue. You will. But you have to invest in it.
They know. Get to the playoffs, right?
Yeah, you have to invest in it. You need to sign.
Yes.
You need to do whatever you can to re-sign Cody. You need, I mean, I would be happy with another starter. Just you don't know if Luis Gil's going to be good again. Like
Right.
you don't. There's a lot of what ifs. You don't know. There's a lot of things that we don't know. So I think you
Right.
just need to go all in right now.
I totally agree. And with the pitching, every guy that in our rotation has somewhat of a question mark next to their name, right? We know Cole
Exactly.
coming back from Tommy John, Rodon coming back from the bone chips. I was reading an article about bone chips. That's like usually a precursor for Tommy John,
Don't
right?
even bring that up
I'm
because
just saying, just to give us a warning, like just to give it like, but even if he doesn't, he's still coming back from surgery, so we don't know
Right.
how he's going to be. We're assuming, yeah, he'll be fine. And then you got the other guys, the rest of the rotation, Fried, Will Warren, and Schlittler, all threw the most they've ever thrown in their careers. So
Right.
how are they going to be the year after they've thrown their most innings, their most pitches, right? So I don't know. Are they going to be as good? Hopefully. Maybe they're stronger. I don't know. But we
I
have
mean,
no idea.
you
Right?
either build off of that or you just hit the ground, rock
Right.
bottom.
It could be like Luis Gil from right rookie of the year to what was he last year? He was nothing last year, right? He was hurt a lot.
He was. I would wake up and see that he was starting, and I'd like freak out. Like I
Right, you're like,
remember telling my friend that I was telling you about. She didn't know who he was before because
right.
obviously this was the first year that she was watching, and I remember telling her like this is reigning rookie of the year. Like this guy's gonna come back. He's gonna be a demon. I was like, don't worry that we didn't sign anyone at the trade deadline. He is our acquisition. This
We're
is
good,
good.
yeah.
This is good stuff. And then he would pitch, and she'd be like, "What is this?" I'm like, I don't
See,
know.
now you're talking like a GM by saying that. Oh, he's our pickup at no, we're good. We don't need to add anybody. We're good. We got Luis Gil coming
You should
back.
hear me going off about this at work. People are like, "Oh my God, will she just shut up?"
There you go. You're the perfect GM. That's
Yeah.
perfect GM talk. Oh, if we get Heels coming back in August, that's going to be like an addition there. That's going to be like a trade acquisition. So
I
we're
was
good.
trying not to freak her out because the other teams were making such good moves, and we're just again we're doing nothing.
Right.
I'm like, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. And then he would pitch, and I'd be like, oh my God, like I'm embarrassed because I was like, he's so good.
I know. Maybe you know what? I think a lot of people have mentioned it too, but maybe he might be better in the bullpen going forward. You know, I don't
liked
know.
that.
Right?
I think
Multiple
that
inning
he should
guy.
exactly. I mean, I'd be much happier having Luis Gil, and if we do sign another starter, Will Warren in the bullpen. I'd rather him give you 1 or 2 solid innings than,
Right.
not be able to handle a start, and then we have to use the bullpen anyway. And at the non-tender deadline, we basically cleaned house. There was a list of guys that I said, okay, they should get the non-tender because I don't want them on my team anymore.
Right, exactly. You
And
know who
but you're
those
like,
guys are.
but at the same time, I'm like, okay, you have to be realistic. It's Brian Cashman, it's Hal Steinbrenner, it's the Yankees. They're not going to get rid of all of them.
Right.
My mind was absolutely blown when I got that notification. It was every single guy who needed to go.
Yep.
And then we haven't done a single thing since.
Right. I think that's the frustrating part for all of us, right? And I'm sure it's frustrating for Cashman, right? Because maybe he is under some sort of cash restriction by by Hal, or maybe he is. I don't know. But he's definitely not going out there and being aggressive. I think he wants to make moves. We're hearing that whatever offers he's putting out there for players or in a trade, they're nowhere near what he needs to be, right? So I don't know. It's not a good sign, but at least the people that we want, like the players we want, are still out there. That's the way I look at it. Like we mentioned, Bellinger. I think Amai, the Japanese pitcher, I think that's a perfect addition because we're going to need some kind of, listen, first of all, Cole and Rodon are not coming back till May, right? At least May. They're saying May. I'll say Cole is June.
I was going to say Cole is definitely
right?
not going to be May.
Yeah, they're going to ease him back, and who knows, it might take him a couple of months to get back into form, right? Because last year, great example, and it's a guy that we're talking about possibly getting a trade for, to us, is Sandy Alcantara, right? He wasn't good the first half. He was horrible. Trust me, I had him on my fantasy team, so I know, but he was horrible the first half. Second half, he was really good. He was back to his old self. But it took him April, May, June. It took him like 3 months to really get back into form. Is that going to be Cole? Is Cole going to be better? Is he going to, get back into form, much sooner? Let's hope so, but we'll see, So I don't know. I think, listen, they definitely got to add another pitcher. It can't be Ryan Yarbrough as the starter that they add, right? It's got to be somebody decent. I was hoping Michael King, because I thought he was great here.
I would be very happy with that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we need a lot of work, but I would, if that's one of our signings, I'd be totally happy with it.
Right. And you know what? He's not going to come for, it's not going to cost them the same amount as any of the other big name guys. Maybe a 3-year deal for a guy that could pitch here. He's done it. You don't have to worry about the whole New York thing, right? That we had to wait till August with Devin Williams to figure stuff out. So King could come here and be fine. He could obviously pitch in New York. Right. I don't get it.
He can do it.
Yeah, I don't get it. I seriously don't understand the can't pitch or can't hit or can't play in New York for some of these guys. I get in the beginning. Yeah, it's got to be a culture shock for some of these guys coming from, a small town or whatever, or a small market. I get it. But it shouldn't take you 4 months to, settle in. A week or two. No. That's it. After that, you're like, all right, I'm playing in New York. I got the pinstripes. I'm good. They want to win here. The other places, maybe they didn't want to win as much. Yeah. Oh, they want to win here? Wow. That's what I want to do. I want to win. Why doesn't, I don't understand it, but I guess some can take pressure or some can't, so. But,
and I do understand the Devin Williams thing a little bit. He didn't have a choice. He was traded here.
Yeah.
That you got to give him a little bit of credit there, but like you blew how many saves? Like if you didn't blow half of those saves, we would have blown the division out. Like we would have won by so many games.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, easily. So, all right. Speaking about blowing saves, would you want Weaver back?
No.
You're done with Weaver?
I'm done.
You're done with Weaver? Okay. I was thinking maybe a 1-year deal.
No, I'm done.
I thought Joe's right. Yankees aren't just a team; it's a legacy. Exactly. But I have to say, the legacy is not what it used to be. Right?
No, not at all.
We haven't won a championship since 2009. It's 16 years now. That's for the Yankees. That's a long time not to win a championship. Yeah. Especially after earlier, the late 90s, early 2000s, when that era happened, it was like, oh, this is going to happen every year. Or we knew it was going to end eventually, especially when, when guys like Jeter and all these other guys retired, especially Rivera retired. It was like, all right, we're never going to see another Rivera, that's for sure. Right. And, we're never going to get another Jeter, all these guys. But you know what? You got Judge basically handed to you, right? This monstrous player.
Right.
And now we've had him up here. They're showing on MLB Network today was the Aaron Judge debut game, right? Where he hit the home run with who was the other guy that hit the home run?
Oh, Tyler Wade.
Right. No, not Taylor Wade. Not Tyler Wade.
Wasn't it?
He was like a first baseman outfielder guy. If anybody remembers his name, I don't want to Google it. It's
no, I thought it was Tyler Wade.
It was he was a righty too. It was a righty batter too. It was the guy that, do you remember who had the fight with Joe Kelly?
Oh, it was Tyler Wade. Tyler Austin.
Tyler Austin. Yeah, that's it. Tyler Austin.
Tyler Austin. Okay.
Yes.
I was almost there.
Yeah, you were. No, I'm thinking Tyler Wade. I'm thinking the lefty. He was like the infielder. He's really fast.
Yes, Tyler Austin.
Right, that's him. That's.
I remember that fight. I remember the fight.
Yes, right. So they went back to back, and it was the first time rookies went back to back in their first at bats for the Yankees, whatever. Yep. So. But we've had him now for 9 years, and we got no championship with this guy. And I think that's embarrassing because we've had this, once in a lifetime player. I mean, this guy's going to go Hall of Fame easily. I don't want him going as a first ballot Hall of Famer. And then we see him, with his induction speech, like yada, yada, yada. And then, yeah, I wish I won a title with the Yankees, but it's still really special to play my whole career as a Yankee. We're going to hear that, but
Yeah.
I never won a championship. And this guy's like, he's going to go down as one of the greatest hitters of all time. And that's not even, exaggerating. No hyperbole here. This guy is going to go down as one of the greatest hitters, and we're going to have nothing to show for it other than his great achievements.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, how sad is that?
Yeah.
I do wonder, like, if Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner think about that. I mean, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
But like, how sad is it that you're a franchise guy? That if he signed with a team now, do you know how much money he would get? Do you know how cheap his deal is considered?
Right.
Compared
Soto
to
got 50, so he would get at least that.
Exactly.
Probably more than Soto if he signed
do you realize what a talent you have?
Yes.
And how little you got him for? And he chose to be here.
Right. He could have went to, what was it?
He could have gone to
San
Diego.
Right, for more money. He literally came here for less money. They offered him more years, and that's like playing near where he grew up. I thought for sure, I'll be honest, before he signed with us, I thought for sure he was gone because I figured they would, if they're gonna offer him more money and he has a chance to move back there, his family still lives there. I thought that was like perfect. But thank God he's a legit true Yankee. I mean, he was, drafted by us. He came up through the system. He's a Yankee, and that's rare. That what he did was rare. Yep. So, and Sherry says the Jays got Rogers. Yeah. 3 years. I think Tyler Rogers, that submarine guy that the Mets had last year. 3 years. I think it was 37.
Let me look. I think you're right.
Yeah, right. That was a lot of money.
Yeah, 37 million.
Oof. That's a lot, but that's the kind of move a team that's going for it makes. They don't care. He might stink next year, but they don't care. They weren't about this year. They, think of the Blue Jays. They were 2 outs away from the World Series. So they're like, no, let's go for it. They don't care. And
this is what we should have done last year.
Right. That's the mentality. And that's what the Yankees are lacking in that. And I'm not saying just go out and just sign guys, sign the right guys.
Right.
Right. Because they're not cheap. The Yankees aren't cheap. They have like a $300 million payroll. It's one of the highest in baseball, but they're just not smart anymore. I don't want to say smart, but aggressive. It's just not good.
I mean, the Blue Jays are acting like a team that was this close to winning a title, and they're going to fill in all the little holes.
Yep.
To repeat next year and win. The Dodgers are strengthening their winning team.
Right.
What did the Yankees do? You got knocked out of the ALDS. None of your starters could go more than 3 innings. That's how you left this season.
So they re-signed Tyler There you go, Joe. Rob is checking in. Hey guys, thanks for filling in for me, Madison. Excellent show.
I feel so bad for him
There you go.
Anytime someone would get signed, my first thought was, I wonder how Rob's doing.
Yeah, he's been holding it in. He's been all right. I'm sure it's bothering him more than what he's shown. So
I had finals when you guys were going live other times this week, and I'm like, I wonder if he's gonna go Frank the Tank.
Yeah, no.
On the show.
There's only one Frank the Tank, and he's there. But we have our own, the Yankee fans, right? We have what's his name, the actor, Turturro.
Mm-hmm.
You see him. He just flips out a lot for I'm surprised we haven't seen any blow up shit. I'm waiting. If Bellinger signs with the Mets or someone else, I think we'll see a big one by him coming soon.
You'll see a big one by me.
I know. Because you think that's an easy, that should be an easy sign for the Yankees, right? Because like you said, he wants to be here. His dad played here before. So there's that connection, so you would think he'll come back, but I don't know. But we'll see. Listen. I think pitching is a huge need, and they're not like At least not right now. They're not acting like it is, right? So I think they
Mhm.
need a better starter. Like we said, Michael King, I think, is perfect. And he could also, I don't think he would want to, but he could also put him, they could also put him in the bullpen because he's done that before, but I don't know. It's just, at this point, it's frustrating. And I think that one Japanese player, Murakami, his
Mhm.
deadline, I think, is in what, a week, right? Just over a week. I think it's 10 days.
Why did I thought it
Because
was
the other two guys, the Okamoto and
Okamoto, I thought was like January 4th.
right. And the
But
pitcher, Amai.
Murakami, yes, NMI, but Murakami was posted like a week before. So yeah, you're probably that sounds right.
I think it's next week. I think I forgot what day they said, like 19th, 20th, whatever.
I don't want
So
to sign him
I
personally.
know
I
he's
would
not a
much
good
rather
fit.
have Okamoto. We're not going to sign Okamoto, but I would much rather have him. I do think we're going to sign Amai. I feel like if you think about like Roki Sasaki last year, his market was like there. What do you
Yeah.
say? Hasn't been fun.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been fun. It hasn't been a fun time. Yeah. We've been doing our reaction thing. So it's hard to react. It would be crushing for me if I was a Met fan. I don't know how I'd react, but
I know, I
to lose.
told you. People think I'm making fun of the Mets fans. I'm like, no, because if that was me, I'd be freaking out. You would never hear from me again.
Right. Exactly. I would, yeah, you either you'd either be speechless or you'd flip out. You do a
Yeah,
Frank the Tank. It's one or the other with
yeah,
something like that, and Frank the
yeah.
Tank is, he was going to react like that. I mean, that was,
It was
he reacts like,
justified.
yes, for the first time, right? Because he acts, he reacts like that in a April game,
Hmm.
where, okay, we're losing every game, all that stuff. So, but yeah, no, I would be pissed because as a Met fan, once Cohen bought the team, it wasn't supposed to be this way, right? It was supposed to be, yeah, we're going to spend money. We're going to,
Hmm.
we're going to get guys. We're going to be aggressive. I want to win a World Series. And, by year 5, this is year 5 and he's kind of
Yep.
doing the opposite. Like he's, Stearns is hitting the reset button, and he's going to basically build his team the way he wants to now.
Yep.
For better or for worse. I don't know if it's going to work out, but and also too, I mean, he promised that this would be a World Series team, and it's just not happening. And you're letting not just players walk out the door, you're letting out icons of the franchise walk out the door. And that's the bad part, right? It's Alonso, Nimmo traded away, and you got, next to nothing for him. Nothing against Simeon, but, that wasn't really like, oh, at least we got this guy for him. What'd you
Yeah.
get? A former all-star second baseman? Yeah, all right. He's a gold glove.
Everyone was so confused by that one. We're all trying to figure out, okay, what does this mean? What moves are they gonna make? Because this was like a weird trade.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was. It all, yeah. So it was definitely interesting. And I think with all these moves, it's also showing the Mets that it is now Juan Soto's team, right? Because now we're starting to
Yeah.
hear Lindor might get traded. And if he gets
Mhm.
traded, it's no doubt Soto, it's his team. He's kind of making, I'm not going to say he's making the decisions here, but I'm sure if he said, hey, listen, you got to bring back Alonso, right? I need that guy in the lineup batting after me to protect me. I'm sure if he mentioned that, he would be back. So
Mhm.
Soto has a lot of power on that team.
Right.
So that's something to think about now as the Mets are going on now with their rebooting basically their team. Kate this year just injured, knocked us down. Fans are not digging. No, not at all. Thank you guys. Feel better. Okay. Yeah, you feel better. Yeah. For now. Until Lindor gets traded, then it's going to be another bad move there. But yeah, so
Well,
I
I
think
don't even wish that on them. That's like
I
it's
know I
cruel.
don't either. But now we're hearing that now as rumors that he's going to get traded to the Padres. And we're hearing Mason Miller possibly coming back. I mean, that's nice, but you really want to get rid of Lindor after all of this? I
Exactly.
mean, you got to
This is the
like
same guy that you wanted to make captain 6 months ago.
right. Now we're just trading him away.
He's just like
Something's wrong there, right? So I don't
I
know.
think there's a lack of communication between Cohen and Stearns here.
Yes, exactly.
I think they have two very different ideas of what the team needs to look like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I mean,
you
and
know
then you
what?
have Hal, who probably couldn't tell you who Anthony Volpe is
Yeah, he's
if you
probably
gave
the
him
only guy.
pictures.
He's
I
probably the
know.
only guy
Actually,
he
you're
knows.
probably right. That's probably the only one he
If
does
there's any,
know.
we got that Volpe kid. He's supposed to be really good,
He's
right?
so good. He met Derek Jeter when he was a kid.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, he's from Jersey, so he's got to be good, right? Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Like, and I'm not giving up on the kid either. Like, I'm kind of like, I don't say I'm excited, but I'm looking forward to seeing when he comes back because he's got to prove it, right? They kind of said that today, right? In their remarks, like he's got to prove himself to come back. So I'm kind of interested to see what he's made of. And from what you hear from, like, I know Michael Kay on his show say this guy's a workhorse. Like he's going to work hard to get back, right? So he's got to prove
Right.
himself. So
Right.
I think, you know what? Maybe we're going to see a different Volpe than we did. We're definitely going to see a different one that we seen last year. Last year was god awful. I don't know what
It
happened to him.
was so bad.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
they
and
said
it
was an
sucks
injury,
because
but
you don't want these guys to do bad.
of
Like, I
course,
hope that if he can't figure it out, let's say he can't figure it out, and because last year was year 3. I know that he was injured, but they also made him play through that. So
which was
classic
dumb.
Yankees,
Yeah,
right?
very dumb.
But you're going into year 4, so I think if he's playing the same, if we're seeing the same at bats, everything, he
Yeah,
has to go. But with that being said, I hope he does succeed somewhere else. If the Yankees aren't, if he can't do it on the Yankees, I hope he could do it somewhere else because like it takes a special kind of person to play in the major league. There are so many other people who play in high
right,
school, who play in college, who want to get to this level but can never get to this level.
right.
I hope he does well somewhere else if he can't here.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather it be here too. Like I want him to come back, with a chip on his shoulder, that he has to prove himself, that he has to
Right.
prove to the fans, that, all that. I want him to do better, and I think
Right.
everybody does. I know everybody hates him right now, and they all want him to get traded, but I want to see this guy succeed. Like he seems like a good guy, right? Just like he doesn't seem like a bad kid. He seems like a good guy. Like I want to see him, come back.
Right.
I'm not expecting 30-30 from this guy, but 20 homers, 20 stolen bases. Don't try to pull everything. Don't try to be a home run hitter, on every pitch. Just be smarter. I don't know. I guess
He has to be like Jazz. Like Jazz was like, 70%, 75%. You don't need to kill the ball every time
right.
you get
Especially in
up to
Yankee
bat.
Stadium.
I think Volpe could benefit from that mentality. I think it would help him right off the bat to do that, to just say, okay, I don't need to, I don't need to hit 70 home runs. I'm not trying to compete with Judge. He's my teammate.
Right.
Like careful moves, make those like textbook plays, because a lot of times they're easy plays that he's overthrowing. Doesn't know what base to throw it to.
Right.
So those are little things
overthinking.
that if you work on even just those little things,
Right.
you're going to be such a better player. And then you work on, hitting a few more home runs.
Right. Like, and the other thing, like, I remember A-Rod has already talked about him in interviews, like, just go for the gaps. You should be a gap hitter. You shouldn't be a guy that's like getting up there and trying to, crush the ball and try to hit a home run every
He's not a big guy either. You can't
No.
expect him to be doing that every single time.
Exactly. Just be a gap hitter. Go for the gaps. Hit the double. Use your legs. The kid is fast. You could steal a bunch of bases too. Just get on base. Let the other guys bring you in, So
Right, because you see Judge come up to the plate, you see Stanton come up to the plate. They're huge. You expect them to hit it into the Hudson every single time. Like they come up to bat, but Volpe, he's small. You can't expect, he doesn't have that kind of power. So you can't expect him to be trying to kill it every single time. But you're right, get on base. Let Judge, let Stanton,
that's it.
even Cody, let someone else bring you home.
Right. Hopefully Cody.
Hopefully Cody. We're
Hopefully.
speaking it into existence.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you know what? And I like the shortstop that we have, Caballero.
Mhm.
I think he's really good, right?
He's
But I'd
aggressive.
rather
I
be
think we needed
yeah.
that.
I like his attitude. Like he's got that attitude that you want on your team. He's perfect for the
He has a
team,
little
right?
edge. That's what we needed. He
Yeah,
lights fires.
exactly,
I
exactly.
mean,
You
if
could
he could figure out how to control it and not get ejected,
right, right.
then we'll be
You
golden.
you could see he gets under other players' skins, right? Because when he
Yes,
was with
for sure.
Tampa, you seen that like we were like, oh, I hate this guy. Like he's one of
Yes.
those players that you don't like, and that's what
Yeah.
we need. We need people like I'm tired of like the Yankees were always like this team that nobody liked. Like we always
Yeah.
hated, but now it's like, oh, I like that. I like Judge. He's a nice guy. I could root for him. Like you would never
Right.
hear that right from opposing teams, opposing fans. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm just curious, like the no moves that are happening. So let me ask you this: what do you think? Not what we want, right? Because we want what we want, but what do you think the Yankee moves are going to be? Like, what do you
Okay.
think the first big move the Yankees are going to make this offseason?
I know that they're saying they're not waiting on Cody Bellinger to make other moves. They totally are. They need to see where he's going to sign before they make
Right.
any other moves. Like it's inevitable. You know that it's going to happen. Um, I think he's our signing. I think anyone else, I mean, maybe Michael King if they're in the market for a starter. Um, I think they're gonna make some trades
Yeah.
for guys on, 1 to 2 year deals, not super big deals, especially for pitchers because eventually we will have our rotation back.
Yeah.
So you want someone who's going to help you this season, maybe next season if there even is a next season,
Right.
and then, theoretically after that we'd have our 5 guys ready to go.
Yeah. I agree. I think the big moves that they're going to make, other than Bellinger, if they do sign him, are going to be in the trade market, right? Because they do have some arms down in the farm, which is good, and that's what teams are always looking for is pitching, right? So I think in that respect, I think I think we're going to see moves. I don't think we're going to get Scooble. I know that's a great dream to have,
I
but
want him so bad.
that's because you know what, Detroit. I think they're wrong in doing this, but I don't think they're going to go in. I don't think they're going to trade him yet. I think they're going to go into the season and see how they do, and you know, maybe they'll, maybe they'll trade him at the trade deadline if they're not playing well. But
Mhm.
think about what they did last year. Last year they looked great, right up until like
Yeah.
August, and then they really took a nosedive and barely got into the playoffs. But
Right.
they might be playing really well when they get to the trade deadline and think, oh, we're good. Let's keep them and maybe we'll sign him in the offseason. I think that's a mistake. I think trade him now, get what you can for him. Obviously, you're going to get some really good prospects coming back or players, whatever combination is going
Right.
to be. And then you could always add because right now you still got a lot of free agents out there that you could sign. So I think that's what the
Right.
Tigers should do, especially if they don't think they're going to be able to sign the guy.
Right. And he's the type of guy that the return package would have to be sparkling,
Yeah,
perfect for you to accept it. So you already know that if you trade him, you're going to get a good package in return. I I do want Scooble, and I've been very vocal that I want Scooble, but there's also no guarantee that he would
right.
sign an extension with us.
We went through that
Personally,
already.
right, personally, I'd rather wait a few more years and sign Paul Skeens. I do think that he will end up a Yankee, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Yankees fan. I really truly think he will end up signing with us. But you're not going to have Scooble and Skeens and Cole and Rodon. You're not going to Freed, who's here for the next 6 years. Schlittler. There's too many guys. You can't
Cole's
sign
only
them all.
here for 3 more, right?
So that probably wouldn't cause an issue, but still, you have a ton of other guys. You'd end up with like a
Right.
7-guy rotation.
And think about the trade. Think about the trade for Scooble if we made that trade. You know who one guy would have to go, right? Schlittler would have to be one.
Yes.
I'm almost positive because they would want a guy that could come in and start right away. They might
Right.
want 2 or 3 of our young pitchers or whatever, in the minors, but they want a guy that could come in and pitch every day.
Right. You
Because
want someone
not
that's
every day,
MLB ready. You don't want to
yeah,
wait for
at
someone to
least one.
develop. Right.
So he's probably gone. They probably want Lombard because Lombard's dad is the bench coach for the Tigers also. So he's probably gone. So that's at least two guys right there that Lombard, I was thinking, all right, he's going to be our shortstop next year, 2027 probably. So that's why that's another thing. That's why I'm not really concerned about shortstop for us. We just have to get through this year. So if we get Caballero and someone else, and maybe Volpe could, positively gets us through this year, I'll be fine. Because Lombard, I think, is 2027. He'll be our 2027 shortstop. So I'm not too concerned about that. And I think people are getting crazy about Wells catching. I think Wells is going to be better. He's got to be better with the bat this year. He has to be, right?
I think he will be. I mean, I've also heard that teams have checked in on JC Escarra. Jeff Passan said they were seeing what they could possibly get for Jazz Chisholm. I think that I know that Cashman has been trying to make calls and he's not able to match what other teams would give him.
Right.
But that does give me hope that they're trying to experiment, I think. I think the pieces are all there.
Yes.
I think we could have a really good trade with another team and get a lot of pieces.
Yes.
But again, what are you willing to give up? But it seems like they are testing it because I feel like Jazz is one of those guys that you went into the offseason thinking, oh, there's no way. He's a Yankee.
I think it's a possibility that he could get traded.
I think after hearing those reports from Passan, I think, I didn't really think about it before. I mean, it would make sense. Because you also think about it, like you have Oswaldo Cabrera. He's a utility guy. He could be included in a trade. He could also play second if you needed it.
Right.
Like, I'm just trying to think back to last year when DJ LeMahieu he had to play second. So you had Volpe and Jazz on that side of the infield.
Right.
And it was a nightmare because Cabrera was hurt.
Right. He got hurt.
Peraza couldn't do anything. He just sucked.
Yeah, he just can't hit Peraza. But you know what? With Jazz, the problem with Jazz is this is where I think the Yankees' thinking is that they don't want to extend him past this year, right? Because he's a free agent after this season. So if you're not going to extend him, then, do they want to get something for him? And I know it's horrible to get rid of him because the guy just went 30-30 last season and he missed a bunch of games too. So I would rather keep him, for the season, unless here's what I was thinking too. Like maybe if they traded him and got, let's say, a pitcher, I don't know what they would get for him, but let's say if they got a starting pitcher for him, that would solve that issue, or an outfielder. Then you open up second base. Then you could get into the Bo Bichette sweepstakes and try to sign him and put him at second base. And that's
his
not bad.
market has been very quiet. I have not heard.
I know.
Anything.
It's almost like they're waiting for another guy. Like I think the Tucker and Bellinger will take care of each other, kind of like whoever signs first. And maybe the infield one, maybe they're waiting for either Bichette and Bregman. Maybe they're not getting the big offers yet. So they're just kind of saying, all right, we'll wait this out. So I don't know. It's definitely interesting that it's been kind of quiet. I thought by the end of the winter meetings, I thought we'd get at least one of those big guys signed. But
you would think we'd sign someone.
Yeah, if not us, somebody. But they're still out there. I mean, we're still talking about all these big guys. Even the starting pitchers like Valdez is still out there. Ranger Suarez, that guy was second in the Cy Young. We mentioned Michael King. I mean, there's some big name guys that are still out there. And, and it's quiet. Like you don't even hear that this team's connected. You're like, oh yeah, Tucker, I think if you go by the reports today, I think Toronto was offering him like a 10-year deal.
Yep.
So if they're offering him a 10-year deal, why is he not signing it? Is he waiting for another team? Is he waiting for the Yankees? Is he waiting for the Dodgers? Maybe. I don't know. So it's once one of these big names go, I would think that's it. Then we'll start seeing one at a time. But it's just a matter of one of these guys signing. And right now it's like super quiet.
It's too quiet.
Yeah. Like I would love to get Tucker, but we talked about it before. Like, can he play left field? right? Because he's a right fielder. He has played left, but that was in
Right.
Houston. Houston's a different left field than Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think he could for 2 years stick him in left field until Stanton is gone. Then Judge will be more of a DH, and then he'll go back to right field, and then we're all good. But I don't know. I think he's played first base too a little bit, but I think Bellinger is it's the one that makes the most sense. I hate talking about other guys because Bellinger just seems like he's the best fit.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, I feel like everyone's like, oh, I want Kyle Tucker. I want Kyle Tucker. He's a good player.
Of course.
I've been going back and forth. I
Right.
think right now I'm definitely more for Cody just because you can put him anywhere.
Right.
And Cashman and Hal said that we have a very lefty-heavy lineup. We need righties. Cody's a lefty, but he can also hit off of lefties.
Right.
So
Right.
that to me is like, that's fine because at least he can hit off of anyone, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And
I'd
he could
rather
play
have
anywhere in the
that.
outfield.
Exactly. I mean, he could play first base too. And I think I do trust Ben Rice to be our first baseman. But if you're going to give Wells the day off, then you have Rice at catcher if you don't trade Escara by then. And you
Right.
put Cody at first for a game.
Right.
And I mean, if you keep one of Spencer Jones or Jason Dominguez, they can play left field on that day that Cody's
Right.
playing first base. It's not going to be an everyday thing. Obviously, Cody's not a first baseman, but he can
Yeah.
play there when needed. I just think it makes more sense. And it's just the waiting game is just
Yeah.
it's hard.
It is. And like I said before, I wish they were just a little bit more aggressive because you got guys that are, you got Judge, he's going to be 34, Cole, 35, Stanton, 36. You got two, maybe three of those guys, definitely two. Judge and Cole are definitely going to be Hall of Famers. Stanton might be a Hall of Famer if he could stay healthy these next 2 years and hit another 40 something home runs. He's going to hit 500.
Well,
That
just think
probably
of what
puts
he
him in
hit
the-
last year, and he missed half the year.
Right. That's what I
Like,
mean.
if
Like
you have a
almost-
healthy season,
that's it.
like it's over.
Right. And the next 2 years we got him for cheaper because the Marlins are paying, like I think $10 million for the next 2 seasons. They're paying $10 million of the contract. That was the big thing. I don't know if you remember, but when we first traded for Stanton, they bragged. They're like, oh yeah, and the Marlins are kicking in a bunch of money for the contract. It was only $30 million, and it was $10 million per year of the last 3 years of his contract. The last 2, and then the third year is like an option. If it's a team option, if he opts in, if they opt in, they pay him $5 million, and the Marlins pay $10 million or something like that. So it's
So if
really
if you're in the last 3 years of that contract and the Marlins are covering some of it, that frees up a little bit.
absolutely
more.
it definitely frees up.
So you would hope that they would take that into account and say, okay, we have a little
You
bit
would
more
think
money.
so?
I mean, I know that Hal is like, we're not lowering payroll. We're gonna do what makes sense for us. And even Scott Boras said, there's no indication that they're trying to stay under the 300. You have to take it with a grain of salt.
Right.
But if the Marlins are paying part of Stanton's contract, you have a little bit more room to work with.
Right. That's why I
So
say you can't believe what these people say. You can't believe
No.
anything that they say. The agents, the owner, the GM, because then,
Right.
first of all, I don't think they're going to give out like their plans, right? Like the
No.
Mets, like you have no idea what they're going to do. Obviously, they got to do something, but the same thing with the Yankees. Like they got to do something, but they're not going to tell us like, oh yeah, we're going to do this, like just like last year, right? When they
It
lost
is
Soto,
very under wraps this year. Like
Yes,
to me,
even
it
worse.
seems like you're watching Hot Stove and you're so excited, like we're back, we're so back. And then Jack Curry's like, the Yankees they're in on Judge. I'm like, okay, well,
Right. Like what? Right?
what?
I know.
Were
And
we
you know
not
what?
in
Last
on
year,
Judge before?
remember the feeling, right? After Soto signed with the Mets, it was like, okay, now what? Right?
My
Like it was
heart sank.
right. But what did they do? They traded for Bellinger like right away. They signed Fried. We're like, all
Right.
right, okay, this ain't so bad, right? That's
Yeah.
what I'm waiting for now. I'm kind of waiting for this major plan and we haven't seen anything. But like, I think you said it perfectly.
I think it's a multi-part thing. Like, I feel like,
yeah, right.
I feel
I
like
think
it's
they got
signed
their
Cody.
plans.
I feel like it's signed Cody, trade this guy, you get some money in this trade, you use it for another guy. Like, I really feel like
Right.
this is all meditated.
Right. I think they'll get more aggressive once Bellinger gets signed by us or by another team. I think that's going to open up the, the like, okay, like you said, I think they have this like this pie chart, right? It's kind of like, okay, if we sign Bellinger, then we're going to do this and this and this. If we don't sign
It's like
Bellinger,
one of those choose your own adventure books. Flip to this
Yeah.
page if you sign
yes,
Cody.
yes, I think that's exactly it.
I mean, like last year, though, we knew the plan A. We had no idea what the plan B was. This year, do we even have a plan A? Like, I feel like there's just
Right.
there's a lot of plan A's, but none of them are, like, it's very hard to tell what the number one
Yeah.
thing is. Like,
And
I
some
think
guys-
once our first, like, our first signing or our first trade will definitely kind of steer. You'll be able to tell, okay, maybe it seems like we're going to go in this direction instead.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing. They have not told us a single thing. Nothing that you can even try to decipher. There's just nothing.
Right. I know you can't. Like, I don't know what they're, and you don't even hear other people talking about the Yankees either. Sometimes you always heard, oh, they're in on this guy or they're in on that guy or they're thinking of trading, like you're not getting much. So
you're
it's
in on
kinda weird.
everyone. That doesn't help.
Right, exactly. And because they're going to do something. There's no way they're not going to do anything this offseason. They're going to make moves.
Right.
It's just a matter of who and what and when. And it's like, we can't keep waiting here. But
I know.
you hate it because the rest of the division has gotten better. That's the worst part, right? And you see Toronto being super aggressive now. The Red Sox still want to bring Bregman back, so they're fighting for him. Orioles just got Alonso. They're gonna get one of the other pitchers supposedly. So it's, man, I know things are gonna happen, and I'm sure by the time we get to February, we're gonna be like, oh, okay, we're good. We got this guy, we got that guy, we got Bellinger back, oh, blah blah blah. We're good. We're gonna be in the mix, but we'll see. The one thing I'm telling you, that this division is without a doubt the toughest in the league right now, easily in both leagues, the whole major leagues. The AL East is the toughest division. The weakest team,
Hands
if
down.
you want to say, if you want to say the weakest team, Tampa, there's still going to be Tampa, right? Tampa every year. Whoever is on that team, they always have the same, the same results. They're always like
they're all going
in
to
the
finish
mix.
over 500.
They're always in the mix for a wild card. They're a pain in the neck team. Now they're back playing in the Dome. That's always a horror house for everybody, not just us, but so that's going to be hard. So all right, we got a couple of minutes left. Give me your prediction. You're the GM now. What's going to happen with the Yankees? Give me guys. I know you said trades. Who do you think? Bellinger coming back?
Bellinger for sure. I think it's possible that we sign Michael King. I've been seeing a lot with Seager. I don't know. I mean, I know that he's one of the team. Like, we're one of the teams that he would waive the no trade clause for, so that kind of gives me a little bit of hope. I've seen Brendan Donovan. I don't know if I love that one.
And he's a left-handed bat too, right?
Yeah, I know. You're complaining that you have too many lefties. It's not going to happen.
Right.
And then I do think we sign Amai for sure. It's been very quiet. It's been a little too quiet. But if you think about it, it's been quiet on all the other teams' fronts about that too. It's not just like, oh, the Yankees were so in and now we're backing out.
Right.
It seems like he's not. I feel like his market is not moving at all.
Yeah.
Which I guess no news is good news in that.
I think so. Yeah. I think so too. They picked up a couple of arms for the bullpen, so we're okay. Thank you, Sal. So yeah, that's all. I'm thinking so too. Yeah, Rob wanted to remind us Neil Berliner's coming on Monday at 3:00. That should be a fun show as well. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Madison. I think Bellinger will be a Yankee. I don't know. It's weird. I don't have a feeling one way or the other. Because the Mets, I think, have messed everything up. with how they're like, I don't know, are they going to be aggressive now, or they're not going to be aggressive in signing guys? Because I
I'm
thought for
more
sure,
curious to see what they do than what we do.
kind of
Because
in a
you just
way.
like basically blew up everything.
Yeah. So I know that like they're due to make a move now, since they've, like you said, they've blown it up. Like they're resetting, they're
Yeah.
rebooting their franchise. Okay. Now what are you going to do? Like if I'm a fan, I'm saying, okay, let's see what you're going to do. Let's see what your master plan is. You got rid of 3 of our most popular players. What are you going to do now? Right? So
Yeah.
like we're talking about with the Yankees. So that's what I'm waiting for. So as we head into the weekend, we are going to wait and hope that we get some kind of a, like you mentioned, a passing bomb at some
It's
point.
gonna happen right after we get off of here.
Yes, expect that to happen. 10:05 on X. Passon's going to mention Cody Bellinger signs with the Yankees, 5 years, 130.
I
or
hope you
something.
all have your notifications on.
Yes, because it's coming. So anyway, Madison, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having
Great
me.
time as always talking to you. Let everybody know where your show is, where you are, so they know how to get you.
Yes, you can follow Jen Run Pod on X. Probably going to be doing another episode next week with one of my friends who's a Mets fan. So that should be
Nice.
interesting. Hopefully, we will make a move by then. So I'll have something to talk about.
Yes, let's hope so. Hopefully, a big Yankee move, Met move, big moves. That's
Something.
what I want to see. Yeah, big moves by next week, please. We
Please.
want to talk about more stuff, not rumors and what we want to happen. So anyway, thank you, Madison. Love having you on. And hey, thank you everybody for joining us. We had a nice group here. Thank you. And we'll see you guys Monday, 3:00. We got Neil Berlamper coming on.